Hello. I am back with my personal experience. If I'm looking down, I'm reading notes. With my personal experience with a narcissist. Um, this particular video will be about narcissistic supply. Um, Basically, my role, how did how I was found, and at the time I didn't know it was a real name for it, but now I do. And if you're watching this video or these type of videos, unfortunately you know what that entails. My first point would be social media. These people use social media almost like their playground for supply. I mean, it's almost supply for the picking. It's like it's ridiculous. The Narc I was involved with was constantly on social media. I mean, not because he was bored. It was basically he was just on it. Facebook, Instagram, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth all day. I don't know the criteria in anything. I can't even say you have to have money or be attractive. Anybody who seems like they would be quality grade A supply. That's how I was found. I was found kind of sort of on Facebook. I'm sure eventually I'll go into my whole entire story, but I worked next door to my narcissist. I had seen him a few times, but it was just in passing. We work in a similar field, so he introduced himself to me one day. It was hi and bye type thing. He requested me on Facebook. I didn't think nothing of it. I accepted the request, and I posted a picture one day. It was like a throwback Thursday. That's when it all started. It was like, oh, it was an old picture. You look nice. In my instant messenger. Okay, thank you. That was it. I kind of was cut and dry with the narcissist. And then it started to progressively get to, well, hey, how are you doing? Small talk. But then we'll go into that later. But yeah. And I feel like with social media, with my experience with him was, he said it was just something to pass the time, but I think they're always looking for the next best thing. Even if you're being loved bombed, and they are always looking for something, someone, something else, just because they know that eventually they're gonna sabotage whatever y'all have going on, and they need a backup. Plain and simple, they need a backup for the backup for the backup. Like I said, I was kind of spotted on Facebook. I'm looking at my notes here. Yeah, so the small talk began, and then when I did see them next door, they would always want to stop and talk. And they really weren't my cup of tea, but they seemed nice. They were talkative. And something I did notice though in that time, when I was short and I didn't want to talk to the narcissist, they do not like to be turned down, rejected, dismissed. They hate it. When I didn't want to talk to him, he would have almost like a bitch fit, a mini bitch fit. it was weird. And he had a girlfriend at the time. And I was seeing someone too. So that, I mean, I didn't pay him, basically I didn't pay him any attention. He would force conversation. It was, you know, it was weird. At the time, I didn't think it was weird. I just thought it was, he just liked to talk. And also in that, I'm looking at my notes so I don't ramble. Also in that time, now I know, then I didn't, but I noticed that he was in the phase of discarding the person that he was with, the woman he was dating at the time. He was devaluing and discarding her. And during that time, it was the initial stages of him love bombing me, and he was discarding her. It was crazy. Like, looking back at it now, I know that I was probably like a third level supply source. For example, the Facebook friend, the person next door who didn't really know him. And then I moved up into a secondary source. We became friends. Some things started happening in our own relationships. And then I, later I'll explain, I became the primary source. But he basically was love bombing me, like I said, and discarding her. Of course, I heard the terrible stories about the ex and so on and so forth, but I'll go on about that in another video. So yes, social media is a huge tool, and I've heard, online dating is a place for narcs to go and basically feed themselves on supply. But speaking from experience, Facebook and even witnessing him and previous supply, and something interesting about some of the videos and people I've talked to is the hovering. He had exes that the relationship had to have been like 20 years ago, 16 years ago. He still kept them in his arsenal, in his supply. So even if he couldn't go to Facebook or social media, he could easily call these people up, text them on the phone, and, feed off of them. This is my first experience with a narcissist in a very long, this is going on year 3, but our situationship, was maybe a year and a half, 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. So it is definitely real. Online is crazy how these people can put up a facade and they can reinvent themselves time and time again. They can change themselves. They can pretend to be anybody they want to be. And unfortunately, I'm just speaking from a woman's point of view, we don't know. I mean, we fall for the sob stories and the interesting life stories they have, and then we put line and sinker, and then next thing you know it, you're looking up narcissistic personality disorder videos. So yeah, social media is, man, it was crazy. His DMs was, I remember we were dating and I would sneak into his phone and I would see the conversations he would have, and the gaslighting and the mirroring. Oh, it's really crazy. But yeah, that's how my narc story started. It was basically Facebook, which is, I mean, slightly embarrassing, but I see that it happens a lot. Yeah, it's sad because it's almost like they're the sheep and the wolves, wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, they cloak themselves, cover themselves in bullshit. They put their best face forward, whichever one they want to wear for the day. And yeah, and I think for my ex, I hate to say my narcissist, but the guy, I really believe that he was studying me before he approached me. Because I mean, it appeared that we just had so many things in common, just so many. It was creepy. Yeah. So I didn't want to make this video too long. So I just wanted to talk about basically social media, and I think in future videos I do want to discuss having a baby with the narcissist, being pregnant with the narcissist, which was, I wouldn't wish that on anybody, guys, like nobody. I'm serious. Yeah, it's just crazy. Living with them is, it's unreal. I mean, unreal. I think things I do want to discuss. If there's anything that you guys want me to talk about, or personally, all these are personal experience. I'm not a professional, obviously. My videos, I'm not going to edit them. I just wanted to share my experience and, you know, help myself and help someone else, or just, you know, because it is tough. But yeah, with the social media, just be careful. I mean, it's almost like you don't know who's real, who's not, who's for real, who's not. Yeah, it's pretty sad. So yeah. So let me know. My video is I'm getting at 12 minutes, so I guess, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully I will be making more videos. Yeah, I tried to do some little bullet points there on my notebook, so I'm not just sitting here talking, because you start talking about this stuff and then it escapes you. So yeah, so I look forward to seeing you guys and reading comments, and talk to you later. Bye.